Hello student, welcome to my class of computer science for 11th class. Today we'll learn following content which are as follow. The first one thing we'll learn jump statement in Python. Second one thing types of jump statement, in which we'll discuss briefly. Like third one point break statement, then fourth continue student, then 5 pass statement, and 6 point use of pass statement with loop and with function. At last question and the homework section. So let's begin student. Before I will start the first content, once we have to review what statement we have covered in earlier video. So here we have covered in earlier video sequential statement, in which we have discussed what is compound statement. Under non-sequential statement we have covered conditional or branching statement like if statement, if else statement, if else ladder, okay, and iterative statement, in which we covered loop, that is for loop statement, while loop student. Okay, now we are talking about jump statement. Okay, jump statement containing 3 types, that is break statement, continue, and pass statement. So let's begin. The first, what is jump statement? Jump statement are actually used to transfer the program control from one place, I am to say one location, up to the another location of the same program. That means to say these are used to alter the flow of loop, okay, like skip a part of the loop, terminate the loop also. So student, we can consider whenever we are going to execute a particular compound statement or any loop statement in particular Python programming, okay, that will be terminate until, okay, I am to say that will be terminate if the condition is false or if the whole loop is going to be executed. But sometimes there are situations in which we do not need to print all statement, I am to say in condition of compound statement together or sequentially. In such time we have to change the flow of control also using the jump statement, which allow us to jump the one location of the program to another location. Okay, actually this jump statement transfer the control of program from one program part to the another program part of the same program. Now we will discuss about its type. There are 3 type of the statement, I am to say jump statement in Python. The first one thing break statement, second continue statement, third one thing pass statement. So as you can see student, the jump, break and pass will be written in the same manner, I am to say small case, because Python is highly case sensitive language. Now we are going to understand what is jump statement. So actually these 3 statements are same, but what they are doing their work. So first of all, it is used to terminate the loop or come out from any intent of the Python code. So you can see student, here I have used a particular for loop. In loop variable is val, in string, here is a string is a not a variable, here is string is a literal means value of the string type. Okay, and it will intent will start and it will compare, s will transfer to the val, t will transfer to val, so on till then g. Okay, so we have provided here condition, okay, if val double equals to I. Okay, so it says if val value is equals to I, then we have to break means after that nothing will print. Okay, otherwise it will print val. Okay, so you can consider it is a part of if else part. Okay, so if it is true then this statement will execute, otherwise this will execute. Okay, and at last after the end of the program, I am to say this particular loop, termination of the loop, this will print the end. Okay student, so one important information for you all student, whenever we are using the jump statement, the jump statement not directly used without conditional statement. Okay, it means to say whenever we are using jump statement, there should be definitely conditional statement like if else, like this one thing, or elif statement. Without that it is not properly considered as use as a good programmer. Okay, so here we are using the particular break statement under the any condition, you can see this one. Okay, and according to this program, what should be the output like this, s it will print first because s will transfer to val, then t will transfer, it will print, then r will transfer, and then it will print. Okay, and at last when I will consider, the I will check by this condition. Okay, this is conditional statement, and if it is in count true, that means to say break string will execute and break will transfer the control out of the loop. Okay, that means to say come out from the loop or any intent, because it is also intent. Okay, not only the inside the for. Suppose that inside the for there is another nested loop. Okay, and another particular what thing, nested for loop. Okay, so that time it will be come out the intent. So here you can see that this break is going to help us to come out from any intent. First intent is if intent, second intent is for loops intent. So you can see at the last the end will print, after the r nothing will print. Okay, so we can do it practically. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open a Python IDE. Okay, so here I will use Python IDE, that is GUI based. Here I will open a particular file in script mode. A simple program I will type. Before I will start the program, I will mention the comment purpose for the program. A program for what thing, jump statement. Okay, jump statement like break. So here for I in range, okay, suppose that from 0 to 6 I can say. Okay, and then I will use if condition. Within that, if I is double equals to what thing, 3, and then I will type break. Okay, and then otherwise else part, it will print simply what thing, it will print simply I, and I am come out from the end10 of both particular for and else part. So I am going to print here simple the end. Okay, and I am going to just run it, and then I can say that that is break. Now you can see the program will print 0 1 2 at last end. Same thing happened in the same program also. You can see here there is no else is used, but it is considered under the else. Okay, now I am going to come up to the program back again. What will happen if I'll use the same program? Okay, I'm to say, suppose that here is string. I will do close it. Okay, now second program. Suppose that I have a string that is s, that is my string. Okay, and now I'm going to just create a for loop. Under that I in simple s. Okay, and then after if within condition I will say if I is double equals to what thing, that one to say within single quote I can say r, then I will say break. Okay, and else part, within else part I will say print what thing, simply I along with comma, because I want to print the scan that is sentence in a continuation way. Okay, and then after that print that is end. Okay, now we are going to program. So you can see my st at the end will print. What is the reason behind that this is not printed? I am to say this one thing, because I am using comma every time. If I want to print this end in next line, I will press /n escape sequence, and then you can see the output like this, my st at next line end will print. Okay, so comma plays the important role here. Whatever the next character will print, it will be in a continuation in the same line. Okay, with the help of this comma. If you are using what thing, Python 3+ version, so you are going to use this one thing, Python simply I, then within double, that is one thing, and within double quote like this. It means to say nothing will happen, it will be continuation and print. Okay, so now is this possible to print the according to range? Yes, we can do that, student. So what I'm going to do, student, I'm going to delete this whole particular this one thing. Suppose that for I in range, okay, within that suppose that 0 to suppose that 40 I am going to print. Okay, and then I will say if I is what thing, bigger than, okay, or I can say that lesser than or equals to what thing, 20 we can say. So we can say here print. Okay, and within print I can say simply I with comma or without comma, it's up to you, because I am printing numbers, so it will be non-meaningful if I'll use a comma in continuation line. So that's why I'm not using the comma. So here in else part I can say break. Okay, that doesn't mean if you are using break it should be inside if only. It can be inside the else also, because it's also the one of the condition. Okay, so now I'm going to just print simply a program the end. Okay, let's see what will print. So now you can see till then 0 to 20 will print, and after that the end. That means to say, I will show you in fresh copy first. Now you can say student, after 20 nothing will print. Why? Because I have just printed those value which are lesser than 20, and after that whatever they will come out I would say false condition, after that it will not print. Okay, so we have learned student how to use jump statement, that is what thing, break statement. Now we are talking about the continuous statement student. So actually it is used to skip all the remaining statement in the loop or move to control back to the top of the loop. Okay, so we can say student, if a loop is going on running condition, okay, and we are not going to print the statement returning after the continuous statement, and we are going to directly iterate, then I'm to say update the loop variable, okay, directly without doing any action, that time we are using continuous statement. In other words, we can say that student, a continuous statement is a special type of statement which directly iterate the loop without executing loop body, okay, without executing the rest of content of the loop body after return continuous statement or continue keyword. Okay, so what happens, look at here in example. So here example student, variable loop I have used here, okay, and the string is in it, okay, intent is started. If val is double equals to I, then continue, okay, and otherwise val will print at the end. So here you can see that output nt. Okay, so let's see what will the output according to the word itself. Okay, so we are going to just do the program. So suppose that for loop, okay, I in a range, here I am going to use from 0 to suppose that 10, that will print definitely till then 9. Okay, and I am going to just use the continuous statement. Okay, so here if I am using here without condition, what will happen, look at the book, I am to say screen. As I told you, the jump statement never should be written inside the, I am to say without conditional statement. This will do nothing. You can see, I will show you in fresh copy. So you can see, and same thing I will, if I'll do along with what thing, break statement. Okay, their behavior will be same. So what is the use of the continue? So if I are going to use a particular break or continue within a condition, okay, or conditional statement, that will result better. So if I'm going to do if condition, then I will say I is double equals to suppose that 5, then after that it will continue. Okay, otherwise or else condition, without else we can type simply print what thing, I will type here simply value of I. Now you can see student 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay, now you can see, if you are going to see this particular program, okay, with more focus, you can see 5 number is missing, 0 1 2 3 4, 5 is missing, 6 7 8 9. Okay, so that means to say, if the 5 is occupied by I and it is equal to double equal to 5, this will directly what thing, iterate the condition. Okay, while in break statement it was terminate the whole loop. Terminate means pass the control to the out of for loop, but it will directly pass the control to the I again. Okay, whereas in this condition you can see, if the 5 is in count, I am to say I equal to 5, this condition is true, this will skip the particular statement written after the continuous statement, and this directly iterate the what thing, loop variable or update the loop variable. Suppose that I acquired by 0, so 0 will print because this condition is false. Then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4 will print at last when I equals to 5, so this will be true. And if this will be true, continue will in count, I am to say execute, and this will directly transfer the control to the iterative, I am to say this loop, next iteration of the loop. Okay, it will not allow to print the I. Okay student, so this is a use of continuous statement. Now we are going to understand pass statement. Actually student, pass statement very important for the programmer who is going to develop the long-term programming and the projects. Sometime it may be happen student when the programmer do not want to, do not know what code should be placed inside the particular intent or the conditional or whatever, okay, area. That time the particular programmer will temporarily place the pass statement to tell the compiler I will use the sum statement in further use, don't use that particular as blank. So same thing here is explained student. So this statement does nothing. It is used for when statement is required syntactically but program requires no action. It means to say when programmer do not require any action in any indentation, okay, like conditional statement or loop statement, whatever, that time we are using pass. So here use in loop, okay, so while true pass, okay, use in function, it makes the controller pass without execute any code. Example, my def, that is pass my program. So I will show you what is the use of that practically. So what I'm going to do student, I'm going to just use the particular Python code again, okay. So I'm going to just close it. Suppose that if I'm using here indentation without using pass, so what will happen? Look at the book in the screen. Suppose that if I'm going to create a variable that is I equals to 90, okay, and I'm going to just use if I double equals to what, so say 90, then I don't want to write anything, okay, I am simply come out the intent, and else part I will say, what I will say, simply I print else part, and at last end of the program. And if I'm going to run it, it will definitely give me an error. Why? Because the error in your program expected intent block. I have given here intent. If I'm going to press the enter button and if I'm going to run it, now you can see still there is a problem. It will say it is considered inside the if intent, but you have not written it in proper indentation. So what I will do, if I use comment here also, some of the students want I will show you here comment. So again it will print the error because a particular comment is nothing for the execute, I am to say Python interpreter, okay, it is useful for the programmer only. So in the place of that one thing, I can use the particular keyword that is pass. Pass actually helps to tell the compiler I will add here some code, okay, in future. Till I am to say temporarily the pass containing the statement which fulfill the statement of the indentation. Now you can see end of program will execute, okay. So here I have done nothing, I have simply pass here a pass statement, okay. And now we are talking about in function, same thing we will do student. If define my function, okay, with a def my function, and inside that pass, okay. So what I'm going to do student, I will do the same thing with a program. So here I'm going to just erase it, I'm to say do this one thing. Here is def, that is a function fun, then after that if I'll do this one thing and I'm going to run it, you will say again the problem will arise. If I'll type something here, okay, yes, like hello, now there will be no problem because I have defined function. But in the place of that, if I'm going to design this function for further use, I can't use any particular comment, okay, that is like comment, because comment considered as a nothing for the Python interpreter. So in the place of comment, I can type here pass. This will allow me to run the program without any error, okay. That means to say particular pass statement is very useful for a programmer which is designful for the project also. Now the pass statement example, here you can see that For I initial, here is initial is a literal intent start by colon, and then after, if I equals to this one thing, then pass, otherwise print I, and this will print NATAL. Okay, initial I will skip. Why? Because in the when I is in count, I'm to say condition is true when I is occupy I, okay, literal. So that time I have done nothing. It is looks like continue, but it not directly what thing iterate the next condition. If this one is execute, okay, this one is false, then definitely it will come to the next iteration. We will show you, I will show you practically. So what I'm going to do, student, same thing, you will understand better. Suppose that here is for I in simply initial, okay, then after that if condition is true, okay, within that if I'll type I double equals to within I, okay, then I will say pass, otherwise it will print what thing, it will print only I. And at last I will say, okay, I will show you continuation. At last I will say end of program or end. Okay, so I will show you, I will do one thing, I will show you in a fresh copy, so you can see NTAL will print. Okay, it looks what thing, same like continue and this one thing, but it is not like the same. If I'll do one thing, if I'll do this, so what will happen, look at the screen. So you can see INITIL also will print, okay, because this particular block is done nothing. If this condition is true, pass will not iterate the next iteration for the loop like continue, okay, it will directly pass that, it means to say fulfill the requirement of this particular indentation, and the particular print will print, because in this condition if it is true or false doesn't matter, this will definitely print. In this situation, okay, in this situation it says if this pass is true, then else will not print. I am to say else condition not required to go to pass particular control here, and this will go to the next iteration, okay, student. So if this true, then the controller will go to the again to the next iteration of the loop, okay, otherwise in this condition, okay, it will pause, I am to say print every statement, because pass is particular valid syntax or valid command for this indentation, okay. So now initial will print, okay, student. So student, we have learned today the pass statement also, okay, continue statement also, break statement also. So here one thing, continue force to loop to start at the next iteration, while the pass there is no code for execute here, okay, and with continue through the remainder or loop body. Next one thing, homework and practical assignment, student. First one thing, question, write the note of the all, okay, in your classwork copy whatever I discussed today. Second one thing, write a program to print even odd, only odd number. You can see, focus here student, pay attention here, write a program to print only odd number using jump statement with loop, okay, student. Now third one question, write a program to check given number by user, okay, prime or not, from 1 to 30, skip all non-prime number using jump statement, okay, you know which one jump statement you will use out of 3 statement, okay. Write a program to print numbers from -1 to 0 using loop, and skip first all number from -100 to -50, it means to say -49 to 0 you will print. Question number 5, write a program to compound, okay, interest calculation using following formula, principal amount equals to principal amount plus, okay, within round bracket, double round bracket, principal amount into rate, okay, divided by 100 till the year y will be definitely number. And after completing this program, send to my WhatsApp number. Till then, thank you and have a nice day.